Well, Bill O'Reilly claiming that the Republican Party lacks both a strong leader or a unified message.
There's no real central authority in the Republican Party right now. It's balkanized. The Republican Party is all over the place on Obamacare, on immigration, on a number of issues. Now, a lot of people think that's healthy debate, and you get a better end result when you do have people debating. But in the meantime, the Democrats can point to the Republicans and say all they do is say no, the party of no.
So is he right? Herman Cain, a former Republican presidential candidate and a Fox News contributor, joins me now. Mr. Cain, good morning to you. Good to have you here today.
Morning, Martha.
So what do you think? Is Bill O'Reilly right about that?
I don't always agree with Bill O'Reilly, but this time I absolutely agree with Bill O'Reilly. Let me just give you a few reasons. Number one, last November, the Republicans were supposed to pick up some seats in the Senate and maybe the House, and they didn't. They were supposed to win the presidency running against President Obama's bad record. They didn't. Here's a second reason. The Democrats, they stick together even if they're wrong and even if they lie. At least they all do it consistently. Just look at Obamacare as an example. And then the third reason, the Republican Party does have a branding problem. They've had one for years. And I have been screaming to the top of my voice to whoever will listen in the Republican Party, you need to fix it. There's a way to fix it. Just look at the most recent example. The RNC sent out a flyer to some of its members talking about potential 2016 presidential candidates. Do you know what they had in common? They all had been on TV and in the media a lot, and they were all white. Where was Allen West? Where was Dr. Ben Carson? And have they ruled out the possibility that I might consider another run? That's part of their branding problem,
I hear what
Martha,
you're saying.
okay?
I hear what you're saying. So a lot of folks look at what's going on right now with Obamacare, and they say that for Republicans, for your side, this is a golden opportunity. But others look at it and say all they're doing is bashing the program. You know, and granted, I think it's true that there have been proposals we saw during the last presidential election, you know, what some of the ideas were, like cross-border purchasing and tort reform and all of that. But that doesn't really matter because I don't think the American people feel like there is a cogent Republican alternative. Like, what would you guys do?
Well, the media, the mainstream media, they have helped to keep silent a real alternative that's out there. It's H.R. 2300, and it was authored by Representative Tom Price out of Georgia. That legislation, that Empower Patients First Act, has been around since 2009 when Obamacare first came on the scene. But as you indicated, the Republicans haven't consistently gotten behind it, and they should. And if they consistently get behind it, then the message will start to break through.
That goes exactly to what Bill O'Reilly said, that there's too much divisiveness. But, you know, I mean, the classic discussion here is that there's the Tea Party side, and then there's the, you know, Chris Christie side that is more of a moderate future candidate, perhaps. And, you know, the party clearly is very torn on which way they should go. That's the biggest elephant in the room here, right?
I would agree. And I think that to say that there's a Tea Party side and a Chris Christie side is a mischaracterization. Conservatives and most Republicans care about one thing: bold solutions. And that's part of the branding problem that the Republican Party has not done. Propose bold solutions, and everybody will rally around it. But I agree with Bill. There's too much divisiveness within the Republican Party.
All right, but I gotta go. But really quickly, who do you think should be on that list? Who do you think is the leader, the standard bearer, and could be that person who could pull it all together?
Well, there isn't a leader on that list right now, in my humble opinion. So I believe that it's still too early to tell.
All right. Maybe it'll be Herman Cain. Mr. Cain,
you never know.
Thank you very much. Good to see you as always. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Martha.